All right, is this the order we're doing them?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, are you Timothy J. Williamson appearing there from the jail?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hold on a minute. Oh, my volume's way down, okay. I don't know how that happens. All right, I'm sorry, my volume is turned down. So you are Timothy J. Williamson?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now it's too loud.
Okay, now.
All right, this is case number 24 CR 148, State of Ohio versus Timothy J. Williamson. Mr. Williamson, you were indicted by the grand jury on Tuesday on a single count of aggravated possession of methamphetamine, a third-degree felony. That offense alleges that on or about February 4 of this year in this county, you knowingly obtained, possessed, or used methamphetamine over bulk less than 5 times bulk. So that is a third-degree felony, and if convicted, that carries potential sentence of between 9 and 36 months, a fine of $10,000, and a possible license suspension of 6 months to 5 years. Now, you are entitled to have an attorney to represent you in this matter, and if you do not have the funds to hire one, the court will appoint one for you. So you did fill out a financial disclosure form. Is everything on this form correct?
Yes, sir.
So you're self-employed, is that what you're saying?
Basically, yes, sir.
Okay.
I take care of my parents at home.
All right. All right, the court then will find that you are entitled to appointed counsel. Is this the first time you've been in court on this case?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Court will appoint attorney Catherine Hammond of Hillsborough. Hey, Ben, would you go get the calendar? Of Hillsborough, Ohio, to represent you. Excuse me. And in the absence of counsel, I'll enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. All right, you've been previously convicted of a felony, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And did you serve a prison term?
Yes, sir. I went to the STAR program.
All right. All right, well, we're going to set a bail review hearing for you for tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be a Zoom hearing. Your first pre-trial will be set for November. I better look and see what the first one is that day. Yeah, we got time. All right, for November the 20th. And that'll be at 1 o'clock p.m. The final pre-trial will be December 18 at 1 o'clock p.m. and the trial will be set for today's the 7th, right? for January the 27th at 8 a.m. Bond will be set in the amount of $5,000 plus your own recognizance, which is your promise to appear. And if you do not appear, then the state could prosecute you for an additional felony. And if convicted, you'd be sentenced on that regardless of what happens in this case. You'll be required to pay a deposit of $171 to cover certain statutorily required fees prior to release. If you make bond, you'll be under pretrial supervision of the probation department at 117 East Main Street. You'll report to them immediately upon your release, and then once a week for 4 weeks, and after that, as they determine, undergo random drug testing they may order. Provide phone number for your hometown employer. If recommended by probation, be evaluated for substance abuse and mental health issues. If any treatment's indicated, you'll enroll in and follow that during the pendency of this action. You'll also be under house arrest at your residence at 8994 State Route 73 in Hillsborough, or Hillsborough address. And that means you'll have to be there at all times unless you're working, going to and from work, medical appointments, court proceedings in this or any other case, appointments with an attorney or probation officer in this or any other case, attend any kind of job training, educational programming, schooling, etc., church services, and to care for your parents and any holiday family activities that may come up. You have to go directly to and from all of those exceptions. If you fail to comply with this order, then the court could revoke your bond and have you held till further order of the court. All right, so we'll notify your attorney of your appointment, and we'll have your bail review hearing first thing in the morning. Have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, thanks. All right. What is your name, sir?
Brian Duncan.
Okay. Notify Catherine. I gave her another bond hearing in the morning.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I gave you the wrong file. That's Williamson. What file is that? That's Mr. Duncan. That's why I couldn't find his file. All right. Thank you. All right. This is case number 24CR151, State of Ohio versus Brian Lee Duncan. Mr. Duncan is appearing by video from the jail. Mr. Duncan, you were indicted by the grand jury of this county on Tuesday on one charge of aggravated possession of methamphetamine. Alleges that took place on or about July 29, 2024 in this county, and at that time you knowingly obtained, possessed, or used methamphetamine in an amount exceeding bulk but less than 5 times bulk. That is a third-degree felony, which if convicted carries a potential prison term of between 9 and 36 months, a fine of $10,000, and a possible license suspension of 6 months to 5 years. Now, you are entitled to have an attorney to represent you in this matter, and if you don't have the funds to hire one, the court will appoint one for you. I see you did fill out a financial disclosure form. Is everything on this form correct?
Best of my knowledge, yes.
Okay, you're laid off now from Allen Apple?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right, then the court will find that you are entitled to appointed counsel. Is this the first time you've been in court on this case?
Yes.
All right, the court will find that you're entitled to appointed counsel. I'll appoint Attorney Dennis Kirk to represent you, and in the absence of counsel, I'll enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. Set your bond review hearing for tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. by Zoom. Your first pretrial will be November the 20th at 1 o'clock. Your final pretrial will be December 18th at 1 o'clock. Your trial date will be January 13th at 8 a.m. Did we have an OCN report on him? Huh? Oh, here it is. Okay, you've served a previous prison term for robbery, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, I also will note that in the report from Ohio Court Network that there's an indication that in April of 2019 there was a failure to appear on a summons issued. So the court will set bond in the amount of $10,000 plus your own recognizance, which is your promise to appear. And if you fail to appear, then you could be prosecuted for additional felony and if convicted, sentenced on that no matter what happens in this case. You'll be required to pay a deposit of $171 for certain statutorily required fees. If you do make bond, you'll be under pretrial supervision and condition of the probation department at 117 East Main Street. You're required to report to them as soon as you are released. Then you'll be required to report to them once a week for 4 weeks, and after that, as they determine, undergo random drug testing in my order, provide phone numbers for home cell employer, recommended by probation, be evaluated for substance abuse or mental health issues, make treatments indicated, you're to enroll in and follow that during the pendency of this action. You'll also be under house arrest at your residence at 202 Spring Street in Greenfield, meaning you have to be there at all times unless you're working, going to and from work, medical appointments, court proceedings in this or any other case, and appointments with an attorney or probation officer in this or any other case, attend any kind of educational training, schooling, job training, etc., church services, and you may also attend family holiday events. Other than that, you have to be there at all times. And if you fail to comply, then that bond could be revoked and you'd be held till further order of the court. All right, we'll notify your attorney of his appointment, and we'll do your hearing, review hearing in the morning by Zoom. Thank you. Roughing.
Yes, sir.
All right, this is case number 24 CR 159, State of Ohio versus Alexis Marie Ruffing. The grand jury of this county, Ms. Ruffing, indicted you on Tuesday. It looks like on 2 counts of aggravated trafficking of methamphetamine and 2 counts of aggravated possession of methamphetamine. The first count alleges that on or about August 11, 2023 in this county, that you did knowingly sell or offer to sell methamphetamine in an amount of exceeded bulk but less than 5 times bulk. Count 2 alleges that you knowingly possessed the same amount on that date. Count 3 is the same as count 1, except it's allegedly occurred on November 29th of last year. And count 4 is the possession charge that you knowingly obtained or possessed the same amount as alleged in count 3. Now, all of those offenses are third-degree felonies, which, if convicted, carry a possible sentence of between 9 and 36 months and a fine of $10,000. And I believe on counts 1 and 3, there's a mandatory fine of $5,000. There's also a possible license suspension of 6 months to 5 years. Now, you are entitled to have an attorney to represent you. If you don't have the money to hire one, the court will appoint one for you. See, you have filled out a financial disclosure form. says you're self-employed. What is
Yes, yes, sir.
What do you do?
I just started my business back up. I do resale.
Oh, it's a resale
I go,
business. Okay, that says resale. Okay, gotcha. All right.
yeah,
All right. Well, the court then will find that you are entitled to appointed counsel. Is this the first time you've been in court on this case?
yes.
All right. Court will appoint Attorney Jacob Wagner of Hillsborough, Ohio, to represent you. In the absence of counsel, the court will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. We'll set a bail review hearing for you tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. by Zoom. Your first pretrial will be this November the 20th at 1 o'clock p.m. by Zoom. Your final pretrial will be on December 18th at 1 o'clock by Zoom. And your trial date will be set for January 16th at 8 a.m. You've never been convicted of a felony before?
No, sir.
All right. Court's set bond for you in the amount of $5,000 plus your own recognizance, which is your promise to appear. If you fail to appear, you could be prosecuted for an additional felony and if convicted, sentenced on that, no matter what happens in this case. You'll be required to pay a deposit of $171 to cover certain statutory required fees prior to release. If you make bond, you'll be under pretrial supervision of the probation department at 17 East Main Street. You'll report them immediately upon your arrest, and then once a week for 4 weeks after that, as they determine, undergo random drug testing in my order, provide phone numbers for home, cell, employer, recommended by probation, when you be evaluated for substance abuse or mental health issues, and any treatments indicated, you enroll in and follow that during pendency of this action. You'll also be under house arrest at your residence, which means you have to be there at all times unless you are working, going to and from work, medical appointments, court proceedings in this or any other case. You may also go to appointments with an attorney or probation officer in this or any other case. Can attend any kind of job training, educational programming, anything of that nature. And I see you do have a minor child. Is that child living with you?
She's staying with my grandpa right now.
All right. You have legal custody of the child?
Yes.
All right.
We've already spoke to Children's Services and everything, and they went out there and talked.
Whatever the child, you'll be able to have contact with your child and of course with whatever that plan is. All right. And you can attend any family holiday events if you make one. All right. We'll notify your attorney of his appointment, and we'll have your hearing by Zoom first thing in the morning. Thank you. All right. This is case number 21 CR 156, State of Ohio versus Roger Allen Fillmore. Mr. Fillmore is convicted of receiving stolen property, 5th-degree felony. Mr. Adam King, the assistant prosecuting attorney, is present representing the state. And Mr. King, as the victim of this offense, been notified of the time, place, and purpose of this hearing, the right to be heard.
I attempted to call the victim just prior to coming over here, Your Honor, and was not able to make contact.
All right. Well, the probation department filed a notification today, Mr. Fillmore, which alleges that you're in violation of Rule 1 of the order that was issued on May 12th of 2022 because you pled guilty, or you were charged with conveyance into the Greenfield jail on July 6th, and you pled guilty yesterday. Rule 2 is that on or after March 30, 2023, you failed to report as instructed. And then Rule 3 is that on or about March 30, you made your whereabouts unknown by not reporting, not making them aware of where you were. And so that was signed by Officer Joe Carr. It looks like you signed a copy of it. You got this yesterday?
I got it this morning.
Or this morning, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. Yeah, today's date. Yeah, today's the 7th. I'm sorry. All right. So, court, Ms. Hapner's appointed to represent you in the other case, and have you filled out a financial disclosure form in this case yet?
Sir, this is from 2022. J.D. Wagner represented me in this case.
Okay. Mr. Wagner represented you in that case?
Yes, sir.
All right.
In this case that we're talking about right now.
Well, wait a minute. Now, the case, be quiet. Let me
Yes,
ask you
sir.
a question. Okay. In the case that's set for sentencing on the 3rd, that's Ms. Hapner, right? All right.
Correct.
All right. Now, the question is, did you fill out a financial affidavit or a financial disclosure form for this case? Did you have to do one?
Yes.
All right. Well, I don't seem to have it here, but see if you can find it, Ben, and if not, call out there and ask them to fax us another one. All right. Thank you. All right. Well, the court will find you are entitled to appointed counsel. I'm going to appoint Ms. Hapner to represent you since she's representing you in your current case. And I wasn't aware of any of this in this case when we were handling your other case. That would certainly have made a difference in what I ordered. I'm going to order that you be held without bond on this case, and we will set the matter for hearing on December the 3rd at 1:30, the same as your sentencing in your other case. All right. Thank you. That'd be it. I said for